Because you're in Lahore, I mean, you know, to the extent that any government, when the Taliban took over, positioned themselves as a winner, it was Pakistani Prime Minister Khan, and it was the, hey, this is great, we're going to work with this new Taliban government. That didn't play well in the United States. Have they moved off of that? And I mean, I see that there are negotiations that are opening between Pakistan and the Taliban. I'm wondering how you think about Pakistan's role and future.
Pakistan, the military, the intelligence were protecting the Taliban for the last 20 years, and they were housing the leadership, their families, etc., and allowing them to conduct their military operations inside Afghanistan. Now, that has led to enormous protests by Afghans who blame Pakistan for everything. They blame the Americans and they blame Pakistan for everything else. Well, what we have seen since, I think there have been two major shifts in policy. The first was that, yes, there was a lot of high fives and backslapping and saying, well, you know, our help with the Afghans, but the Pakistanis together have defeated the Soviets, and now we've defeated the Americans, and look at this disgraceful way they pulled out, etc. So, I mean, that was the initial reaction. And that was also led to an assumption that Pakistan and its key allies, China, possibly one or two of the Arab states, would quickly recognize the Taliban government. That has not happened. And that's very important, because I think what we are seeing, especially by China and by Pakistan and by Russia, that they're backtracking a bit. They understand that if they recognize the Taliban, it's going to lead to a major division in the international community. And neither those who want quick recognition and those who want delayed recognition, neither will benefit from it. So right now, I think Pakistan is reconsidering its motives. It's not in a great hurry now, and I think it's trying to urge and push the Taliban into complying with some of the West's demands. And I think it's also making it clear to the Taliban that, look, if you guys are met with a crisis and we don't have any money. It's not like last time when the Saudis and the UAE and the Gulf states and all were fully recognized the Taliban government and backed the Taliban with money and weapons and all the rest of it. This is not the case now. So I think the mood is perhaps more productive than it was before. The fact that I think it's leading to a lot of concern here. There's a lot of writing about the fact that the Americans are not the decisions need to be made by the Americans. They have an obligation to help the Afghans in terms of humanitarian relief. So all of that is leading to an assumption by, I think, many Pakistanis, and I think even decision makers in the military and intelligence, that we can't just jump in and recognize the Taliban. We have to go along with what the international community does.